How are you today? Welcome in, welcome in. How are you today? Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How are you today? How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, welcome in. How is everybody doing today? It is Marvelous Monday. How are you today? Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Welcome in, welcome in. Good day to you guys. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope everybody is safe. I hope everybody has had a great weekend. I hope that things are going well. And if it's not, we're here to assist. We're here to guide. We're here to uplift you. So yeah, hey Daniel, how are you? How have you been? Welcome in. How you doing today? Welcome in. Long time no see. We missed you. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Come on in. How you doing today? How are you? Nice to have you. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. So happy you could join us today. How's everything going? How are you? How are you? How is your job going? Let's see. I'm good. Just work a lot. Yep. Okay, good. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Glad that the job is working out well and glad that you're able to stay busy and keep your mind occupied and, you know, still working on your healing. So good. So glad to have you. Yay, I'm so excited. Happy to have you in the live today. That is awesome. Guys, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Today's topic is, did narcissists bump their heads? Sometimes it seems that that's the reason why they do the things that they do, why they act the way they act, why they say the things they say, why they react the way they react. Sometimes, the way I see it is, that seems to be the only explanation as to why they give the responses and do the things that they do. There's definitely a lot of things going on in their world up here that for most people makes absolutely no sense at all. So we'll wait for a few more people to come in and then we'll get started on that topic. And I'm just sipping on a little ginger ale. My stomach is a little upset today. But Kingdom, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. So happy to have you. Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Um, so I'm in Florida, and we are expecting a tropical storm. I didn't even think I was going to be able to go live today because about an hour ago, an hour and a half ago, it was pouring, thundering, lightning. The lights were flickering a little bit, but so far so good. So we're just gonna keep pressing on. But yeah, so we're expecting some type of tropical storm. Some people are saying it's a small hurricane, but from what we're being told here on our news is that, and then we're getting alerts on our phones. They're calling it a tropical storm, which just means lots of rain, lots and lots and lots of rain, some thunder and some lightning, not so much wind. So, but that's the price we we take Living in Florida, but you know what? We haven't had much rain. Even though it's rainy season, we have not had much rain. So we can't complain. We can't complain. The the ground needs the ground needs the water, definitely, for sure. Let's see. Hey, Louis, how are you? How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Louis says, stop allowing narcissists to bump their heads is killing two birds with one stone. Yeah, well, like I said before you came in, it's comical, but it's not comical. Um, Sometimes in my mind, I seem to think, is that the reason why they act the way they act? Did they bump their heads as children? Did something happen that we don't know about as to the reason why they react the way they react, why they say the things that they say, why they do the things that they do? That statement is a comical statement about bumping bumping their heads. But sometimes you want to say, is that the reason why they do the things? We know that they're demonic, for sure. But that was just that was just me being my comical self. But Lewis says, "Hey girl, how you doing? How are you today? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So happy to have you. Hey, Luxury, how are you today? I love it. I'm loving the new name. How are you? Welcome in. And Luxury says, greetings, Treasure Kingdoms in chat. Yes, how are you guys? How are you? We are in Florida. I'm in Florida, and we are have a tropical storm alert. So I almost didn't go live because it was pouring. I was like, the lights were flickering. I'm like, oh, here we go. It's starting already. School is already canceled for tomorrow, my daughter said. So no school tomorrow. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to come on live tomorrow. Just depends on how the weather is. So I said, let me make sure, since it stopped raining. I said, let me come on and at least get alive in, because we don't know what the rest of the week is gonna look like. And then Luxury, how you doing? How are you today, honey? How are you? And then Lewis says, one nart versus another. Listen, the narcissists, we got we got a lot of praying to do. We got a lot of praying to do. There are a lot of people, and they may not be all narcissists, but we have a lot of people in general today who don't care anything about anyone else. It's all about themselves. It's all about their own gratification. There's no respect for anybody. But the topic, they want respect, but they don't want to give respect. They want loyalty, but they don't want to give loyalty. They don't want to be lied to, but they can lie as much as they want and as often as they want to anybody that they talk to. It's really sad. Yeah. Lewis says, pride cometh before the fall. They are very prideful people, very, very prideful people. But sometimes they get humbled by because every action does give a reaction, right? And everything that, no matter who it is, you, me, no matter who it is, everything we do, good, bad, or indifferent, it does come back. And that's the part that narcissists either don't care about, they don't get, they don't acknowledge that fact. You do good to people, and I'm not saying that good people, bad things don't happen to them. Of course it does. But if we change our mindsets and start living our lives saying, you know what, I want my kids to be blessed. I want to be blessed. So I'm going to do better. I'm going to do things differently. If I had a chip on my shoulder when I was younger, if I reacted negatively before, we got to make changes. And they don't make changes. Them changes are, they just progressively get worse and worse and worse. And the reason why I say that, that they bump their head is because who in their right mind thinks that they can get away with putting people down, lying to people, cheating on people, controlling people, manipulating people, hurting good people? Who do they think that they are, that they can get away with? Which is why I'm asking, did they bump their heads? Why do they think that they can get away with this type of behavior? And why is it that they think that they can do and say whatever they want, whenever they want, but the other person on the flip side, on the other side to that, can't react, can't, yeah, if they are yelling at you, you're not allowed to yell back at them. If they're cursing and screaming and acting belligerent, they don't want the other person to counter react back to exactly how they're giving it. They're looking at you like you're crazy. They're looking at you like, what's wrong with you? Or don't you dare speak to me that way. Well, who do they think they are? Why is it that narcissists think that they deserve respect? Why is it that narcissists feel that they can belittle and treat people disrespectfully? Why is it that they think that they can bully people and that they can get away with it, but the person reacting or having a response to the things that they're doing, why is it that they think that the person is not supposed to give it back to them? Why is it that they think that they can cheat, but the other person better not dare cheat on them? What is it in their minds? What is it in their conscience? What is it in their being that makes them think that they can get away with it? And that it's not to be done back to them. And I'm not saying that that's how you handle it. That's not what I'm saying. My question is, who does the narcissist think that they are? What in their mind thinks that they can literally go around and cheat with all these different people, lie to all these multiple of people, but don't you dare, but people better not dare do the same thing, the very disgusting, nasty, vile, and disrespectful things that the narcissist does. People, they don't want it being but done back to them. If you steal from somebody and somebody steals back from you, it's like, okay, you go in the store, someone goes in the store and steals a bottle of liquor, right? Oh, I want liquor. I want to steal the bottle of liquor. They put the bottle of liquor in their car and they go to another store to buy something, right? Or to get something else. Meanwhile, when they come back, that same bottle of liquor is gone that they just stole. In a narcissist's mind, they'll be furious, or they see the person taking it. They'll start a fight with that person. You just stole that. It doesn't. All I'm saying is it doesn't equate and it doesn't add up. It doesn't equate and it doesn't add up. How their minds compute, how their minds come up with things. It just does not add up. 1 and 1 in a narcissist world, it doesn't equal 2. It equals 13 or 9 or 26. It doesn't equal, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense at all. It just doesn't. Let's see. Hey, Truth. How are you today? Welcome in. Welcome in. We haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Truth says, "Hi, greetings from Gambia." Yes. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope everything is going okay with you. And then, guys, as you come in, hit the like button. Let YouTube know that you appreciate this channel. Let YouTube know that you appreciate these lives and these conversations that we're having. So if you don't have the like on your screen, just pop out, hit the like button, and come right back in. We'll be right here when you come back. And then Lewis says 20 cometh before 30. It sure does. It sure does. Lewis, mwah, it sure does. But in a narcissist world, the 30 comes before the 20. It doesn't, it just doesn't add up. You are absolutely correct. No matter how you slice it, no matter how you try to compute it, 20 is always going to come before 30. But not in their world. Not in their world. They're going to jumble it up. They're going to mix it all up, and they're going to tell you it makes sense. But nothing they do makes sense. In their world, it makes sense. In their world, they're manipulating, they're contriving, they're putting things in place to make it make sense for them, but to no one else does it make sense. And it can't make sense. And it will never make sense. That's why they're always going to be in confusion. That's why they're always going to be in arguments. They're always going to be in chaos and confusion and discord. Always, always. Because in their world, like Lewis says, the 30 comes before the 20, but in reality, it never will. It never will. That's a great way to put it, Lewis. I love it. I love it. Hey, Vanessa, how you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing today? How's your weekend? Welcome in, welcome in. And guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button on your way in. Hey, Denver, how you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Denver said that part. Denver, that part. They have bumped their ever-loving heads. They have completely, they're just delusional. Delusional island. Drive down Delusional Boulevard, and they are headed towards Delusional City. That they have bumped their heads. They have a concussion. It just doesn't make any sense. Lewis says that is one danger of pride. Yep, it is its own transformation, own delusion. There you go. Ding, 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 ding. That's exactly correct. It does. Why on God's earth and cheat with whoever? All of our being, you become exhausted. You can't do it anymore. You want to get off of that roller coaster ride where you're like, you're exhausted. You're completely exhausted. You can't do it anymore. You don't have the energy anymore. You you no longer want to play this game because that's all it is a game. a good lie. They're very vile. Why would you say that? Why would you do that? Why would you lie about that? Why would you create that situation? Why would you allow that situation to just blow up? They are completely delusional. They obviously bumped their heads. Something happened and they bumped their heads. That's the only explanation. It just doesn't make sense. Not at all. And then Luxury says the narcs feel they own you, just that simple. Yeah. And that they can do whatever they want. And that we're supposed to take it, you're supposed to take it, I'm supposed to take it. And don't you dare decide that you had enough. You want to know who a narcissist really is? You want to see the mask completely come off? Stop playing the game with them. Pull back and stop playing the game with them. Stop riding on that roller coaster with them. Set boundaries and let them know, I'm not doing this with you anymore. You're going to see the real McCoy. You're going to see the real person. Especially if they try to coerce you back in and love bomb you all over again and you don't go for it, and you say, not this time, boo-boo, I'm not doing that with you again. We done been down that road. I'm not doing it with you anymore. You're going to see the real McCoy come out. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed. And then Vanessa says it feels really strange because I am not used to focusing on myself, but I'm feeling so much better now that I am putting myself first. Absolutely. That is awesome. And I sat back today and I can't believe the rubbish I put up with. Yeah. Yeah. When you have a made up mind, your mindset changes. When you have a made up mind and you decide, I'm not doing it, I deserve more, I deserve better, I deserve respect, I deserve love, I deserve loyalty, I deserve commitment, I deserve honesty. Just what you're giving, you deserve it back. When you realize that and you no longer want to play their game, they're going to do one or two things. They're going to try to pull you back in. Three things. They're going to try to pull you back in. If you say, nope, I'm not doing that, they're going to go off to try to find your replacement. When that doesn't work, they're going to try to come back again. And the more you say, stop, I'm not doing this with you no more, you're going to see, in between, you're going to see the real person. Then they'll come back and play nice. It's like, who are you? How many personalities do you have? One day you're John, next day you're Felicia, next day you're Erica, next day you're Philip, next day you're Michael, there's so many personalities. And you're looking at it like, you can't be serious. Yeah, yep. Lewis says, they will say, how dare you, how dare you ignore the pride of a devil. Yeah, but they can ignore you. They can ignore you. They can block you out whenever they want to. Physically, emotionally. But you don't dare. Don't you dare ignore them. Because you're being disrespectful. Don't you dare do that. Yeah. Yep. And then Lewis says, egos can't stand that. I'm happier without them. You got it. That's why that Lewis, that burns their insides. It burns the core, to the core. The fact that you're moving on without them, you're happier without them, you're you're excelling, you're doing things that you've been putting off for the longest time. Your energy is different because they know how to shift your energy, make you angry and frustrated all the time, make you yelling and screaming all the time, change your character and who you are. Stick around with them long enough, sometimes you turn into them, or start acting and reacting and behaving like them. Yeah, yeah. It's just an emotional roller coaster across the board, completely. So yeah, yeah, and it burns them. Lewis, you're absolutely correct. The fact that we are happier without them, the fact that we got off that ride, the fact that we're not playing the game with them anymore, we're not giving them the attention that they need, they're coming unglued. Completely coming unglued. That you don't want anything to do with them anymore. You see through them. You know exactly who they are. You've seen the mask off. And trust me and believe me, when they show you who they are with the mask off, you better pay attention, and you better believe that that's who they are. But then they'll come back around and play nice again. Like you're supposed to forget that mask off person that they showed you. Or you're just supposed to just ignore that. Not acknowledge that they showed you who they were without the mask. Because everybody is supposed to be stupid in their mind. Everybody is a dummy. Everybody is stupid. Everybody's an idiot. Because they got to be able to do whatever it is they want to do. And we are supposed to just take it. It doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. Lewis says, emotional roller coaster, they're chasing for my attention after I ignore them. Well, yeah. Yep. Because they're like, wait a minute. I guess their assumption in their mind is going to be, wait, I'm losing some supplies. They don't ever want to lose supply. Now, they could drop you like a hot potato. But then when they want to pick you back up, you're supposed to be a fool. And you're supposed to say, okay, come back. But you realize your power? You realize your power? Yeah. Hey, John. How are you today? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I just realized I scooted by you. How are you today, honey? How you feeling? How are you feeling today? How are you? How are you? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How you doing today? How are you? Let's see if I skipped anybody else. Let's see. Sorry about that. Let's see. And then Lewis says, you're right. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. 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 Behave out, it comes back. Let's see. And then Vanessa says, God is amazing. He has taken people out of my life that are not genuine. Yep, they pretend to care about me, but then they are jealous how God is blessing my life after all I have been through. Yeah. Yeah. Jealousy is if someone can't be happy for you, if they know that you've been through a difficult time and then they know that, things have gotten better or things are getting better and that God is blessing you. They know that you've been through the storm. They know that you are maybe in rock bottom, but now things are getting better and people are jealous of that. Stay away from those types of people. They don't mean you well. Stay far away from those types of people. Yeah. Yeah. It's a terrible thing to be envious and jealous of people because just like how God can bless you, God can bless them and vice versa. So to be envious and jealous for no reason doesn't make sense. But in a narcissist's mind, they can get something nice, they can get a blessing, they can, good things can happen for them, but they don't want it for anyone else. They don't congratulate anyone unless it means that they're going to get a piece of the pie or they're going to get some kind of reward in the back end. Then they'll be happy for you, but then still be jealous of you in the same breath. Yeah, they bump their heads for sure. Definitely bump their heads. And then Lewis says, they will say, how dare you ignore? Yep, the pride of a devil. Yeah, I read that. Yep, exactly. And then Vanessa says, I'm choosing to be happy. I know that's right. I know that's right. Every day is not going to be easy, of course, but if we just choose to look at things from a happy perspective, from a life is good. Life is good. And life is even better when we don't have them dragging us down and have them as a headache, giving us headaches, putting us on that roller coaster, mistreating us, disrespecting us. Yeah, things are much, much better. Yep. Yep, exactly. And I read that from Lewis. And then True says, I'm doing fine, thanks. I was helping someone for the hospital bill that I got very sick, but now it's going better. My health, while a bad person was helping me out of selfishness. Oh, I'm sorry, Truth. What happened? What happened? You were in a hospital? What happened? What happened? Why were you in the hospital? If you want to share what happened. And you said that somebody, while a bad person was helping me of selfishness. Explain what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean by a bad person was helping me out of selfishness. Explain what you mean. And I'm sorry that you weren't feeling well. I'm sorry that you were in the hospital. I hope things are, I hope you're feeling better now. And I'm sorry that whatever happened, I'm sorry that happened. I'm so sorry. And then Lewis says, just replace Felicia with a I agree. Yes, Lewis. Just replace Felicia with a bye. Bye, Felicia. I love it. Yes, indeed. Yes, Lewis. Yes. And Lewis says, they can, but my pride is not focused on them. Exactly. 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 Good for you. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Very good for you. Absolutely wonderful. Sorry, hold on. Hold on one second. I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah. It's we have to put ourselves first. If we don't put ourselves first, if we don't put ourselves first, they're gonna eat us alive, guys. They're gonna eat us alive. Yeah, yep. We can't focus on them. We can't focus about how they're gonna act. We can't focus on how they're going to. I did this for a long time. I didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want to see the mask off person, so I said, you know what, I'll stick in there and I'll ride it out, which is definitely not the right thing to do. So we wanna think about ourselves, because they're not thinking about us. They don't care about us. So we want to think about ourselves, and if we have children, more importantly, if we have children, we want to take consideration what our kids are going through, what our kids are seeing on a daily basis, how the disrespect, the tantrums, the blow ups, the arguing. It's not healthy for the kids. It's not healthy for us, and it's definitely not healthy for the kids. Yeah. So, yeah, we have to focus on ourselves. We have to think about ourselves. When we're dealing with narcissists, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Vanessa says, I'm realizing the friendship that I had with my ex was really toxic. Yep, I haven't got time to play his game. I just want what God has for my life. I now know he is a narc. He is a horrible person. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I always say, when you don't know about this sickness, there's nothing that you can do. You can't go around it. But once you know that you're dealing with a narcissist, once you know that that's the result, that's the answer to why they're acting the way that they act, we got to run for the hills. We got to run for the hills, because it's never, ever, ever going to end well. Never, ever. So we have to decide, hey, I'm choosing me. I'm choosing my kids. I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing happiness. And in that comes that we got to set boundaries, and we got to stop communicating. We got to stop walking on eggshells around these people, pussyfooting around how we think they're going to react. No, we got to put ourselves first. Yeah. Yep. And then Lewis says, fire within, ignoring them. Exactly. And then Lewis says, emotional roller coaster, they're chasing for my attention after I ignore them. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, they want it. They want it because what usually happens is the moment that if we let them come back in, if we give them another chance, in that they're already planning your demise. They're already planning, okay, I'm going to teach you a lesson. You ignored me. You didn't want to be bothered with me. So they start coming up with this plan. The moment that you let them back in, if you do, they start planning your demise. They start planning how they're going to hurt you, because in their mind, you hurt them. And they feel that because you hurt them by taking care of yourself, by protecting your peace and protecting your happiness, that was hurt to them. Us, in their mind, we're ignoring them. We're not ignoring them. In our mind, we're taking care of ourselves. But how dare we, how dare you, how dare me think about ourselves? How dare we? They don't want to hear that. So they start planning. If you let them back in again, they start planning your downfall, your demise, to teach you a lesson. Take it from me. It happened to me. That's what they do. Yeah. Let's see. Lewis says it's pain and pleasure to them that I am ignoring them. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then Lewis says the ex was there for me in troubled times, but he was never genuine and he was actually making my life miserable. He wanted me to depend on him, but I don't need him for a thing. Yeah. Well, they want us to depend on them. They want us to want them. They want us to need them. That's what they want. It boosts their ego. It inflates their pride, that we need them, quote unquote, or that we want them, or whatever that looks like. It makes their heads bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. Yep. And then Lewis says, wait, that's not how it works. That's delusion, and they assume that I care. Exactly. Right. But we don't. Once we get to the point where we had enough, we don't. We don't care anymore. When we don't, empathic and super empathic people, when we had enough, when we say enough is enough, when we say we're not doing this anymore, we no longer care. We no longer look for validation from them. We no longer care what they're doing, who they're doing it with. As long as they leave us alone, that's all that matters. Who cares? We no longer care because we know what that entails. We know what caring looks like when it involves them. They just rope you right back in. Who cares? Let them do them. Let them go about their business. Let them find new prey. Let them find a new victim. We don't care. We don't care. And it burns their insides that we don't care, that we don't want to give them any more attention. We're not letting them rope us back in once again, because they do it over and over and over again. Yeah. Yep. Lewis says, take nice for weak. Yep. Get ignored. Exactly. Yep. And then Lewis says, oh, especially when they decide to disrespect because of nice. Yep. Exactly. So when you're being nice, they feel that they can disrespect you. They feel that they can do and say distasteful things, and that they can get away with it because we maybe respond in a nonchalant, nice way. They take that for granted. And they feel that we're stupid because we're not reacting to them, or we're not giving them the fuel that they want. And the perfect response, like you said, Lewis, is for them to get ignored. Just like, put your boundary up, and that's it. Yep, exactly. And then Lewis says, if they're rocking your boat, then feed them. Then feed them to the sharks. Guess what? They feed themselves to the sharks. They literally jump from the boat right into the ocean with the sharks. That's the stupidity and the bumping of the head of narcissists. Yeah. That's exactly what they do. They put themselves there. Vanessa said the ex was a deadbeat father to his daughter, and I would often tell him that he needed to spend more time with her, but he would say that she liked spending time with her friend. Right, because it's an excuse for him not to be a father. We know exactly what that means. He didn't want to be a father, so he's making the excuse that she wanted to be with her friend. Right. Truth says, I helped a woman for the hospital bill. She had chest pain. Then I got sick and went also to the hospital while this old man helped me out of selfishness. I had a bad situation. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm sorry. So you helped someone with their hospital bill, and then you had to go into the hospital because you got sick, and then someone else. It looks like you said, "Wow, this man helped me out of selfishness. I was in a bad situation." Okay, so two people had taken advantage of you, Truth. I'm I think I understand what you're saying, but I'm not quite sure. So you're saying that the man and the woman took advantage of you? I'm so sorry. It sounds like that's what you're saying, and I apologize. I'm so sorry that that happened to you, honey. I hope you're feeling better though, and I hope you're feeling better. And my prayer is that sometimes we have to go to God in prayer when we want to when we allow people in our lives and where we are in this junction right now. um, we have to see a snake for being a snake. Sometimes people show us who they are, but we ignore the signs. And we are genuine people. But just remember that whatever it is that you did to help her, um, God is going to give it back to you. He always does. And then whatever she did bad to you, she has to reap that. So just continue to do good. I'm sorry that you went into the hospital, and I'm sorry that this man took advantage of you as well. But just know that when people do bad things to you, they do absolutely reap what they sow. They absolutely reap what they sow. And I'm so sorry again, Truth. And I hope you feel better, honey. I hope you're doing better. Vanessa says, all of a sudden, he would say that he was spending more time with his daughter. I think it's strange that he couldn't be that way before. He is just a deadbeat. Yeah. Yeah. And then Lewis says, if I'm nice to her, then she's disrespectful, then I'm ignoring her. Right, right. We have to let them know that we're not going to put up with that. We're not going to put up with that. We're not putting up with that. And then that's when we set our boundaries. And our no has to be a no. Our no has to be a no. Period. It has to be a no. Because if we say a no with our mouths, and then 2 weeks later, we're letting them coerce us, letting them trick us, letting us us back in by love bombing us all over again with attention, with affection, with things, with money, attention, whatever that is. It just repeats that roller coaster, repeats that cycle, and they know exactly what to say, and they know exactly what to do to get us right back, sucked right back in. But that's where the no contact, that's where the setting the boundaries and saying, we're not doing this. I'm not doing this with you. And we don't have to say those words. Our actions say it by ignoring them, by pulling back, by going no contact and setting boundaries. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Hey, Patty, how are you today? Welcome in, welcome in. Patty says, hello. How are you today? How you doing? Are you feeling any better? How are you, honey? How are you? And then Vanessa says, I'm not letting the NARC X back in. For one, he is boring, and now I'm enjoying my life. There you go. There you go. Live your best life. Live your best life ever. And like Lewis says, ignore them. Who cares what they say? Who cares what they do? Who cares what they think? Who cares? We are on a mission to do better, live a happier, stressless life. Because that's all they bring is stress. And then Lewis says, if she's not giving the booty on the first date, then I'm not. Oh my goodness. Okay, Lewis. Okay. Half Moon, how you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Lewis says, but the first date was a free park date. Okay. And then Denver said, my ex came back to tell me that she forgave me for something I didn't do. And we did what we did, and she looked at me and said, this can't happen again. I haven't heard from her since. Oh my, I'm so sorry, honey. That is, sadly, that's a narcissistic move. Yeah. Yeah, that was to trick you. Sadly, I'm so sorry. That was to manipulate you. That was to put the blame on you. And then seduce you, get your guard down, and then ghost you for control. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I got to tell you, she's going to come back. When the supply runs low, or the supply is not doing, or supplies is not doing what she wants, she's going to come back. She's going to make a U-turn. And when she comes back, it's up to you. It's up to you to block her now. It's up to you to not let her come back in again and do the same exact thing again, but even worse. Because every time they come back, when they leave and take another piece of us. They drain us again. They destroy us even more. So we have to make a decision, and we have to make a choice, and we have to say, I choose me. I'm taking my power back. I don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. We don't deserve that. It's all a game. It's all a trick. It's all a manipulation. It's all for control, to boost their ego, to make themselves feel good, to bring other people down. That is absolutely disgusting. And I'm so sorry. My apologies. But I got to tell you, she did you a favor. The moment she You haven't heard from her since? Yes, it hurts, and I know it hurts. But she's doing you a favor. So in the meantime, when she's off doing whatever she wants to do, your job is to work on you. Your job is to grow with your job is to grow closer to God. Your job is to pick up the pieces. Your job is to heal. Your job is to make sure that you come first. Your job is to make sure that you don't allow her to come back and do the same thing to you again and take another piece of you again. That's your job. And we're going to be here to help you. We're going to be here to support you. And again, I'm so sorry. I'm so, so sorry. You don't deserve that. But that is a classic, classic narcissistic move. So that when she leaves, you feel like you're nothing. You feel low and defeated. Don't let her come back. Don't let her come back. She will try. Don't let her. It's all a game. Yeah. I'm so sorry, honey. And then Lewis says she came back to forgive you. The entitlement. Yep. Use her and booze her. No, I wouldn't use her. I wouldn't use her. I wouldn't use her. I wouldn't give her the time of day when she comes back. Not even the time of day. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to play a game with a narcissist because their minds are low and in the gutter. So yeah. Yeah. Don't entertain her. Don't accept her back. Don't allow her to spin the block, make that U-turn. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. Hold your head up high. Yeah. And then Denver said she reached out saying she missed me. Ooh, and glad I'm doing better. And after she said she forgave me, she told me, did I cheat on her? My goodness. The manipulation and the control, like I said today, they obviously bumped their heads. So in her mind, she can go off and she can do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, with whomever she wants. But you are to stay loyal and faithful to her. The audacity. She's definitely on delusional island. That's what we're talking about. How dare she? But that's how their minds compute. That's how their minds operate. She's probably sleeping with whoever and God knows whatever she wants to. But she's worried about if you were with someone. It doesn't add up. It make sense. It doesn't make sense. Oh boy. I'm so sorry, Denver. I'm so sorry. And then Lewis says, better is the blessings. Yes, the blessings are better without them. No confusion, no arguing, no putting you down, no walking on eggshells. You don't know how they're going to react. You think they're going to react one way. You make a little joke, just a basic joke. because you guys joke all the time, but for some reason today, that joke set them off and caused a big argument, or something you did, something you said, wasn't intentional, no harm in it, but it set them off, took them over the edge. Doesn't make sense. Truth says no, only the old man tried to take advantage of me. The woman was innocent. She asked me for help, so I felt for her. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, whoever took advantage of you, just know that karma does, it does come back to whoever it is. So if he took advantage, he will get his. It may be the same thing or something similar, but it'll come back. So you keep your head up and you keep doing the right thing and doing good. Yeah. And then Lewis says, should have told her, oh, now you noticing I'm doing better without you, then you replace her with the younger. Lewis, you're a trip. You're a trip. Oh my goodness. And then Patty says, thank you, Treasure. Yes, I think so. Okay. Good, 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 honey. Good. One day at a time. One day at a time. One day at a time. And then Lewis says, they can't stand you happier and doing better without them. That is so true. It eats them alive. Eats them up inside. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Yeah. I'm going to wrap up probably in about 10 minutes, guys. Let's see. Lewis says, oh, y'all heard from her again. When you go talk to younger, you'll hear from her again. Lewis, you're a mess. Be careful with the young ones too, because you know they they got some stuff too. You know they're looking for different things. So just be careful. And my advice is never do something to try to get back at someone. So don't, Lewis, don't date someone younger to try to get back at the narcissist. Date that person because you genuinely like that person. You never want to play their game. It never ends good. It never ends good. You never want to play their game. We want to live life with integrity, ethics, and being faithful and being loyal and being respectful. And then when we're doing that, we're also paying attention to when people come in, that we're not ignoring those red flags. So yeah, we don't want to play tit for tat because it never ends good when we do that. So we want to be genuine. We want to be wholesome. We want to be respectful. We want for God to be happy with our behavior. So yeah. Let's see here. Lewis says, or use older. Lewis, be careful, Lewis. Be careful what you're doing, honey. Just be very, very careful. Be very, very careful what you're doing. Remember that every reaction gives a reaction and that there is also consequences. So be careful. Be careful when you it sounds like you want to get back at the narcissist. And the best way to get back at the narcissist, and I say this all the time here, is boss up, level up, live your best life, stay true to yourself, forget about them, like you say, ignore them, but do what's good, do what's right, knowing that They will pay for what wrong they did to you. And if we do wrong, we have to pay. That's how life works. Yeah. Um, and then Half Moon says, sounds like a Janis Joplin song. Half Moon, yes. And then Lewis says, your job is to go to college and go talk to them young. Okay, Lewis. Oh my goodness. I miss you, Juices. I'm a I don't know what you're saying there. Lewis says that's that or do better. Yes, we have to do better. Um, you missed Delusional Island. Okay. Getting at their ego hurts them like joint manipulation in self-defense. Yeah. And then Tennessee, how are you today, Rose? Welcome in. Rose says, sorry I'm late. No worries, you're not late. You are not late. You are not late. Don't say that. And Vanessa says, hey, Tennessee. And then Rose says, hey, Vanessa. And then Denver says, I knew something was up because when she messaged me, she was being so nice. Yep. And I haven't really heard her since July 17th. She messaged me on my birthday, August 5th, right? Because she's trying to make sure that she stays in the loop. She's trying to make sure that she is communicating with you so that she can stay active in your mind, so that when she's ready to come back, then she can just pop back in and act like the last month and a half, 2 months, 3 months didn't happen. She doesn't know what you're talking about because she's on Delusional Island, and she can pop back in whenever she wants, and you're going to be there. Oh, faithful. That's what they look for. Oh, faithful. That's what they're wanting. Oh, faithful. Someone who is going to take their nonsense over and over and over again, accept their abuse over and over again, accept their disrespect, their disloyalty over and over and over again. That's what they're wanting. That's what they look for. So she's only do that to make sure that while she's playing footsie with whoever she's playing with, that she's keeping you on the back burner as her back burner supply. But you hold the power. You hold the power. You get to decide, I'm not playing that game with her no more. I deserve better. That's what your mind has to go to. You deserve better. You don't deserve to be treated in that manner. Yeah. And then Lewis says, you got shiny eyes like emeralds. They shine like treasures. And then Tennessee says, I had a friend pass yesterday. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sending hugs. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I know what that's like. It's not easy. I'm so sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Sending sympathy, sending hugs, love. Yeah. And condolences. And then Denver says, she told me to my face that we are never getting back together, but yet saying, I miss you. Yeah, because it's all a pretend, it's all fake, it's all so that she can continue to play the game with you. She bumped her head. Denver, she's bumped her head. She's definitely on Delusional Island. But you can get off of that island at any time. You don't have to be on that island with her by not playing her game, by blocking her, by ignoring her. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's going to continue to do that as long as you allow her to. I promise you that. The moment that you stand up for yourself, the moment that you set your boundaries, you're going to see a different person. Yeah, or she's going to come running back and promising you that she's going to be everything that you've ever wanted. And it's all lies. All lies. Um, Lewis says that's the point. Genuine interest. Yeah. And then Tennessee says, and character. Exactly. Exactly. And then, hey, Annie, how are you today? Welcome in, welcome in. And Annie says, quick hello, Miss Treasure. Good evening, all. Yes, how are you? How are you? I'm going to wrap up in about 5 minutes. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Welcome in. Happy to have you. And then Lewis says, if I'm nice, she disrespects. She's getting replaced. Yeah. Yeah, we're not taking abuse anymore. We're not accepting any more abuse. We did that already, and it didn't get us nowhere. So if we cut, when the moment that they become disrespectful in any shape, form, or fashion, it's our job to snip it immediately. We're out of here. Nope, not doing that. Not doing that. And we don't have to say it. Our actions can say it by withdrawing, by blocking them, by not responding. Yeah. um, and Vanessa's saying, hey, Annie. And Rose is saying, hi, Annie. And then Annie says, hey, Vanessa, how are you? Was the first day of school here today was stressful. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Once the kids get back into yeah, so here on this, my sister lives in New York, and their school starts back on a Thursday, and my daughter's school started back on a Thursday. They kind of do that so that the students, the teachers, and the parents um, only get like the 2 days, and then you kind of get acclimated back. My mother and I actually talked about this last night. Going back on a Monday is hard because you have a full week of just stress and getting back into the routine. So I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. And then Annie says, hey, Tennessee. And Tennessee is saying, hey, Annie. And then Annie said, hope school went well for your little one, Vanessa. Yeah. And then Tennessee saying, hey, Vanessa. And Annie says, no point to be in a relationship with no respect. Annie, mwah. I agree. I agree. Because the moment that we start accepting or allowing a little bit of disrespect, that little bit of disrespect turns into bigger, 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 and bigger. And before you know it, the disrespect is out of control, completely out of control. So yes, I agree, completely agree. And then Vanessa says, hey, hi, Annie, things are okay, and I'm okay. I hope that you're okay too. And then let's see, Truth says, this old man who tried to take advantage of me still tried to call me on the phone. Yeah. These people are nuts. These people are nuts because they think that you're stupid, and that you don't understand, you don't see. It's just absolutely insane. This is where we've come. Scary, 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 scary of where we're going to be in another 10, 15, 20 years. And then Lewis says, because it ain't no relationship. Right. That's exactly right. And then Rose says, so true, Annie. And then Lewis says, better younger. Vanessa says, life is too short. I'm not playing games with the narc any longer. Yep. And then Lewis says, oh, he sounds corny. I'ma disrespect him. That's the trap of narcs. And then Annie says, I'm okay. I think Vanessa LOL, I have some problems when I get stressed out. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm sorry. And then Rose says, bless you, treasure. Oh, no worries. I know what you're going through. I know what you're going through. It's not easy. It's not easy. May God strengthen you. Yeah. And then Lewis says, I complained some girl's eyes. She tried me. I don't give up. She's getting. I'm not sure what you're saying, Lewis. And then Annie says, narcissists do like young people. Easy prey. Ooh, to them, Lewis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny that you said that. I actually thought about that earlier. That is so true. And then Vanessa says, sorry to hear that you've been feeling stressed out, Annie. Just take one day at a time. Yeah, yeah, one day at a time. Hey, Tarshal, how you doing? Welcome in. Long time no see. Happy to have you. How have you been? And then Tarshal said, went to court today. He was unprepared when the judge questioned him about child support. He was angry at the outcome. He was seething. The judge sent message to child support to get on him. There you go. There you go. There you go. Well, at least that journey, that is the yeah. At least you got that done, and at least the judge sees right through him. I always, when judge sees through people, especially when narcissists are involved and the judge sees right through them, and the judge shuts them down and says, no, we're not doing this game. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And then Tennessee is sending praying hands, and then Half Moon says, I want a good woman. I know that's right. Yeah, she's coming, Half Moon. She's coming. She's coming. And then Annie says, LOL, Vanessa, exactly, I will. And then Lewis, I don't know what you're talking about over here. Oh my goodness. Tarshal says, Annie, thank you so much. Keep me in prayers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everything's gonna work out. Everything is gonna work out. It sounds like things are starting to come together. So we'll definitely keep you in prayer, and just keep trusting God, and tell God what you want. Tell God to intercede, and to have things go in your favor, and what's best for you and what's best for the kids. Yeah. And then Vanessa says, bye, Lewis. And Lewis says, you too, boo. Have a good day also. Annie says, stay away from cougars, boo. Oh my goodness. I don't know what the younger, older thing. Lewis seems to be obsessed with either younger or older. I think he's trying to get back at the ex narcissist, but I'm trying to tell him that that's not how you handle it. That is definitely not how you handle it. And then Vanessa says, God is amazing. Yes, he is. And then Tennessee says, amen. And then Annie's praying for Tarshal. And then, okay, Lewis, I don't know what you're doing. You got one more time. I'm going to give you a pass because you were talking like you had some sense in the beginning. But if you keep it up, I am going to block you. You have to be respectful at all times here. We don't tolerate any disrespect, okay? So please, this is your warning, to please watch your comments and the things that you're saying, okay? I don't like blocking people because you were bringing some really good points in the beginning. But please, 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 please be respectful, okay? And then Denver says, what got me was see, what got me was see, oh, she said that she threw away our stuff but kept the necklace I gave her. She's just playing games with you, Denver. She's trying to get a reaction out of you. She's trying to gaslight you. Yeah, that's what she's trying to do. She wants you to be upset. She wants to infuriate you. She wants to upset you. And I can suggest, my suggestion is cut the communication from her. Cut it. Cut it. It doesn't sound like it's healthy. My suggestion is block her and move on with your life. Yeah. Have some kind of peace within yourself, knowing that she's not a nice person and she's not going to change and things are not going to get better. So you have to choose you. And then um, Annie, and then sorry, my uncle passed away, and then I know you said you had wanted to do a chat, but I didn't see you, send the Louis, Tennessee says, Denver, wow, I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah. And then True says, I was so sick that I didn't eat for 3 or 4 days. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. I hope you're feeling better now. And then Annie says, if it worth money, of course, Denver. Yeah. And then Annie is saying, hey, G. And then Lewis says, I don't know what you mean, boo-boo. Annie says, truth, hope you're feeling better. And then Lewis says, you too, boo. And then G says, hey, Annie. And then Truth says, what's a cool? Um, a cougar, Truth, is an older woman. An older woman who likes younger men. Usually someone, I don't know, maybe 50s, 55, 60s and up. I think that's how it goes, I think. But that's a cougar. A cougar is, and then some younger men like older women because of different reasons, because of their maturity. Maybe, they spoiled the younger men. And then some older women like younger men. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's a cougar. A cougar is a older woman who likes younger men. Does that explain it? I hope it does. And then Tarshil says, I will. Thank you, treasure. Yes, absolutely. And then Annie says, it's an expression. Um, Truth. Yes, it is an expression. It's an American term. So he's in Gambia, so he's not sure what that means. And then Lewis says, have a good day. Yes, you have a good day as well. Have a good one and blessings to you. And then Rose says, everybody hit the like button for treasure. Thank you. Yes. Yes, guys. Yes. And then Annie says, you to Lewis, bye. And then Annie says smash. And then Rose is sending flowers to Annie. And then thank you. Thank you, Annie. And then Half Moon says, the man, the woman you love does not exist. It was an act. Yes. Yes. Yes, Denver. Yes. Yes. Half Moon is absolutely correct. And Truth says, thank you, Annie. And then Annie says, LOL, Tennessee, it's a fact, Raven. Yeah. And then Annie says, I couldn't explain cougar. My English is not good, LOL. Yes. And then Tennessee says, cougar equals older cat. Yes, Truth. Older cat, meaning older woman. Younger man, older woman. And then Annie's laughing and saying yes. And then Tennessee is laughing also. And then True says, and yes, I feel much better than the cougar type of thing. Um, than the cougar type of thing is not good, I think. If it depends on the two people. There are some younger men who only date older women because of their maturity, because they have their stuff together, and some they feel that some younger women are immature, and then there are some older women who only date younger men for a vast number of reasons. So it's if the two people are on the same page and like the same thing, or like if they like it, we love it kind of thing. But when it's to get back at others or to manipulate and abuse and control others or the other person, then it's not a good thing. So yeah. And then Annie said, depends on what you look for. Right, exactly. And then guys, I'm gonna wrap up. You guys have an awesome day. So we have a tropical storm watch for tomorrow. So if the weather is good, I'm gonna come on on the regular live. If I am not on, that just means that the weather is really, really bad, and maybe, earlier the lights were flickering. We may get some power outages and things like that. So if it's really, really, really raining and really bad and thundering and lightning and the Wi-Fi and the internet is acting up, then I won't be on. But if everything is okay, I'll be on tomorrow. So it's just contingent on the weather. And then if you want to connect for a one-on-one, I'm actually working on putting together, I'm hoping that I get it together. I'm going to try to do it tonight. But I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the week, where you can schedule appointments. I have a thing that I was trying to finish it this morning, but I was so tired. So, but I'm gonna try to put in that you guys can actually go and set the appointment, and set the payment, and then all I have to do is set up the Zoom for you. So I'm working on that. And then if you want to connect for a one-on-one, I would love to connect with you. I'm going to put my information in the description on how you would do that. And then remember that you are part of God's kingdom and that He loves you more than anything in this world. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button so when we come live or do a video, you'll be the first to know. And then check out the Teespring and the Spread Shop store. There's lots of cool product in there. And then Chu says, but I am not a citizen of Gambia. Okay. Alrighty, no worries. But I love you guys. Have a blessed and wonderful evening. And I might see you tomorrow, okay? If not, I'll see you whenever the weather gets cleared up. All right, so you guys have a wonderful evening. Talk to you soon. Love you, Kingdom. Bye-bye.